journey of the arc line, journey of opening up the back of the neck, the back of the neck, the back of the spine. Okay, that leads to esoteric wisdom just being given to you. So we say like the esoteric wisdom is in the back of the neck, the upper spine. Okay, that's the esoteric teaching. Okay, and the bottom of the spine is kind of the serpent energy. The serpent energy, we call it like the animal energy. Like think of it like a dog tail. Okay, that serpent energy, that movement. Okay, that gets us through that lower spine. Is our mobility, is like that serpent of fertility, abundance, creation. And we think of that upper spine that we just opened as the esoteric kingdom or queendom, the esoteric school, the esoteric temple. So we serpent our spine like a movement through many forms, creation, like the form of the orca, the elephant, the human, and then that esoteric school is the back of the neck, which is the visionary. So it is the vision that brought life into the form of the snake, form of the elephant, form of the orca. So in connecting to that back of the neck, we're also connecting with our own esoteric temple, where we all have in that esoteric temple, we have vision, we have teachings, we have tools, we have methods, we have talents, alchemy, okay? And with that comes a vision. So we have a vision for what form do we want our serpent energy, our spine, okay, the spine of creation to take. Okay, how do we want to move our spine? How do we want to move our life? So they say the way you move your spine is the way you move your life. But what really brings forth that movement, or the inspiration to move like a dance and a jazz or a ballet or tap dance or hip hop, is usually that esoteric temple that vision is from. So there's vision behind movement. Either it's soccer, either it's surfing, either it's skiing, either it's kite surfing. There's always a vision. There's always some sort of, before that, there's a vision of, I would like to move my body like this. Okay, so the invention of surfing, kite surfing came around, or soccer, or hip hop, or ballet. It all came from that upper spine, that vision quest. That vision quest to move my body in the way that I envision. So is there a vision you have for your life and how you like to move your body? Is there vision for how you would like to move your body? Okay, connecting to that back of the neck is a way for us to go into that esoteric temple, and to really connect with that vision, and allow, through the opening of the back of the neck, to allow that vision to move into the spine, and for that serpent energy, that creation energy, that movement to begin to kind of collaborate and synchronize with that vision. So we all envision how we'd like to move our life. I would like to move it with health or wellness or emotional well-being or our abundance or success or victory, okay, realized ambition. So that vision is a vision quest when it comes into the spine, and it begins to move the spine and begins to inspire the spine, and the spine begins to have an ambition. Like surfing, your spine begins to hold a position of what it needs to hold for your body to take the position of the surf, how to surfboard. So everything becomes a vision quest when your spine begins to move itself in the way that your vision is commanding. Okay, so if your vision is commanding, I would like to have a relationship, well, your spine is going to start moving in a way that creates that position of receptivity to a relationship. So your spine is going to start receiving, I can say, sexual energy, creative energy, as well as energy of emotional teamship, so that you can, that envision. So that vision quest can actually become creation for you. Okay, creation, an actual creation. So we think of the back of the neck as the point that brings the vision. The first thing, the drop in the sea, the drop into the fetus, you could say, when our soul comes in, is we have a vision. And now the vision quest is about moving our spine in a way that really that sets that vision into our physical life. So if we want to be more flexible, what do? We move our spine every day, and we could say in yoga positions, because what that does is it makes the vision a creation. So before we were born, we had a vision. That's in the emptiness of nothingness. There becomes a light, a vision of what I would like to experience and do and heal and grow at and master. And then that vision comes into a creation, what we call through the Kundalini energy, which is just creation. That's what it is. It comes in through the spine, which is movement. Movement, it begins to take form, such as the physical body. Okay, whenever there's something being created, there's physical movement. Either there is physical movement to creating a baby, is sex, okay, to making a business, movement, to having a relationship, movement, to healing your health, there's movement, to having education, there's movement, to working with your self-psychology, movement. So movement is the spine, and the youth of you is determined by your spine. So the more youthfulness your spine is, the more youthful you are with life, and the more youthful life is to you, meaning the more options you have. Like children, there's many options for them to be. They could be anything as a child, that kind of thing, because they have the energy, the movement to be anything. They could be the astronaut movement. They could be the dancer movement. They could be the farmer movement. They could be the teacher movement, because they're so youthful in their spine. But as adults, our spine gets so like uptight, and our head gets in our ass, and then the vision says, okay, I would like to experience a relationship, but our head is too in our ass, and our spine is too tight, uptight, that we can't actually move that way. And then we wonder, why is it not happening? Because we don't know how to move that way. It's like a dancer. It's like, why am I not being a dancer? Why am I not being a dancer? It's because you're not moving. You have to move. If you want to be a dancer, go to dance class. Okay? It's like, why am I not moving in my poetry? Well, you gotta write poetry. You gotta move your poetry. You gotta move your poetry into the streets, into the community. Okay, into the publishing hall, okay? So creation is the serpent, and we think of movement. The vision is that esoteric temple, like a temple in the Himalayas. It's still, it's quiet, it's just there, and it's nothing. We call it nothing as it's like empty, it's spacious. And that empty and spaciousness is like the universe, that negative space. And within that negative space, again, light, nucleus, nubula. Light, okay, and then it begins to move. The clock starts. Once that light begins, okay, creation starts, meaning movement. Particles start taking shape. Elements start coming together. The sun is coming. The planets are coming together. The solar system is coming together. And all of a sudden, we got this solar system. Then we got this other solar system, and they're all kind of interacting with each other, and they're all in a movement, okay, and the movement changes. The axis of a planet changes. The sun evolves. It gets young, and then it gets old. And then our solar system, maybe it collapses, maybe it explodes, maybe the sun explodes, that kind of thing. Okay? And that is creation, like a child who wants to be the form of the astronaut, and then wants to be the form of the dancer. The youthfulness of the spine is our way for the back of the neck, the vision, to come into the spine and to give us the inspiration to move our spine. That's what the back of the neck is for, to help us to move our spine, to get inspired, ambitious about moving our spine. So with solar eclipse, it's solar, so it's about we're moving our energy, so moving the spine. And when we talk about healing ourselves, healing is a movement of the spine, okay? Because movement is, like I said, is creation. So we can create through the movement of the spine. We can create emotional well-being through the spine, mental clarity through the spine. The spine, as yogis has discovered, is the channel for everything, is the pipeline that connects us to the visionary and connects us to the architect. It connects us to the map of what we need to do, what we need to be, what we need to allow, what we need to let go. That's the spine. It tells us through each of the vertebrae, like antennas, signals, antennas of how much we need to relax, how much we need to let go of, how we're exalting ourselves in too much in a fiery way, how we're being too emotionally swampy, and how we need to steam some of that heat out of the heart so that we can have less fire that's out of control and more still water. That spine is that communication, and it communicates through the heart, and it communicates to the brain. Okay, and it communicates to creation, and it communicates to that vision. Okay, but we focus on the heart because the heart is our center channel. So we have the brain, head and navel, head, navel, head, navel. We have two brains. And then in the center of these two brains is the master brain, as we call it, the master circulating system. And that's the heart. The heart circulates the disease out. It circulates the blood clean. It circulates the nervous system strong through the prana, holding that heartbeat steady. Okay. And it also it circulates our life. It circulates our chronological life through ages, such as the 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 80. It helps us to circulate through the many rotations that we'll go through and creations that we'll go through in this life. It is the center. The two brains are the instinct, the gut, and we call the data of the brain. So the instinct and then the data. Okay, instinct and data helps us to have foresight and helps us to have a life review. So foresight is forward, life review is back. So foresight forward, life review back. And that's the data of the brain and the instinct of the gut. So when we have foresight, we trust ourselves, we trust our vision. When we have life review, we have an improvement in our ability to make decisions. Okay, so the center is the heart, and the spine is the creation. So the heart sends out the signal, sending out signals all the time of what it wants your body to do. Okay, what it wants you to eat, what it wants, how much you need to drink, how you need to sleep, how much you need to go outside, how much you need to have an herb, okay, into your diet, how the food that you're eating is not good. It communicates that to you through the movement of your spine. But when your head's in your ass and your spine is uptight, you can't get the signal. It doesn't come through you. Signal of the heart comes through movement, and when there is no movement in your life, what happens is signal gets gets interrupted. It doesn't come through, and then you're not knowing how. Okay, I need to sleep more on this day, or I need to go outside more, or I need to eat these kinds of foods, or I need to not eat those kinds of food, or I need to focus on my emotions, or I need to be less reactional in my thoughts. You don't know what's going on with your body. You don't know what's going on. You're like, I don't know, because the heart signal is getting interrupted because your head's in your ass. So we took that head out of the ass so that you can start to see more opening in your spine, more opening in your movement, in your creation, so that some more information, messages can be received in your body, and more chances, more opportunities, more ambitions you can actually pursue and actually and realize in your life. That's your heart's excitement, to have as much opportunity, chance, revolution, a fresh start, death, new life, as much as possible, because your heart wants to be wise. It wants to be a warrior. And a warrior is not somebody who just lives like a zombie and doesn't understand anything. The heart is a warrior who has applied themselves, who's participated, who's followed through on what the heart is saying, and has grown and leaps and bounds, has had maturity because they allowed themselves to move in that way. They got better at it. Like when they start dance class, they get better each time they follow through and keep going with the ambition of their soul and the ambition of their heart. They become a masterful dancer when they follow through on the creation of their movement and of their vision for themselves. They become quite masterful, a gift, a talent, a skill to human. Call it true humanitarian. So thank you.